is going on, everybody? Welcome to Breaking Rad. I don't even know if you can call this a Breaking Rad stream tonight. It's just me. The other goons decided they're too good for me. So I thought I'll just draw then. And if anybody wants to hop in while I'm doing this, you can come chill out. But anyway, I'm not much of a talker, but if anybody wants to hop in the chat and say hey, I will certainly say hey back to you. All right. Well, look, I'm just going to draw. So currently working on Little Starfetched. This is actually an older page that I wasn't happy with. So I decided to just kind of redo it. So come join me as I make a lot of mistakes and do a lot of erasing. Don't know how entertaining it will be to you, the viewer, but hopefully you'll enjoy. Anyway, whatever. I'm just gonna draw. But you know, that's all I got. I hope this music is as soothing to you as it is to me. Anyway, again, I think someone just popped in, but yeah, I'm just gonna be drawing. But you're welcome to chat with me. Just can't guarantee I'll see it right away because I'm just kind of doing one right now, and I get a little focused and not very talky when I'm working. But it's all good. But welcome, whoever's out there. Hey, what's up, General Piggy? Good to see you here, man. Hail to you as well. Hey, thanks for sharing, Piggy. Yeah, I don't know if anybody is gonna tune in. I just this is kind of like primetime CG night. But it would be great if people just kind of put this on mute and watched and gave us the views, and then went ahead and listened to everybody else who probably has a much more interesting stream than anything I'm doing right now. Appreciate you doing that, man. Tell your friends about me. Piggy, are you watching on YouTube or on Rumble? I'm curious how the streaming quality looks over on Rumble. Still kind of trying to play around and figure that out. Hey, my sketch. What's going on, my man? Family is doing good. They're driving me crazy as always. This is my escape from the chaos of children all day. Sketch, I'm working on Starfetched right now. Just doing a little inking. It's actually an older page, but I didn't like it, and so I'm just redoing it. I kept literally the top panel. That's the only thing I've kept from it. So yeah. Yeah, I figured tonight was the other goons aren't around to stream tonight, so I figured it's a good excuse to get some work done. I would like to get this thing done this year if I can. That would be awesome. Canceled all my commissions so I can actually work on it this year. Or rather, didn't cancel them. I just closed commissions. Yeah, I try to thanks, man. I try to have a little fun with some of these panels, rather than trying to just make it a bunch of blocks on a page, which is actually what this page used to look like, and that's why I was like, no, we gotta fix that. Too many square panels. No, I'm not going to launch any campaigns until it's done. I'll just get in trouble. I don't want to pull a Shinobi Sasquatch on anybody. No offense, Cal, if you're watching. But yeah, I probably could launch it. But I just want to take a chance. And there's no rush. I'm not, this isn't like taking a ton of my time, or I'm not dependent on it financially or anything. So there's really no use in just rushing out a campaign and then worrying about if I can get it done on time or not. So when it gets done, that's when I'll launch. I'm gonna need that time to figure out printers and stuff too, because I haven't researched any of that yet. That was me being tame to him. Poor Cal. Nothing but love for Cal here. That's my boy. Got dealt a very bad hand with that campaign, unfortunately. By the way, if the music is bugging you guys, I can turn it off. I just figured rather than listen to me draw in silence, have something going. Downloaded a bunch of very generic, royalty-free YouTube music to play in the background. Yeah, it's not really his fault. Most people know he's more at fault with that campaign, but it's unfortunate. I'm optimistic he'll get it done though. I think he's got some plans that'll help him get it done. Yeah, I have reasons for that. I have my own theories, but try to stay out of the drama. But yeah, I believe there's reasons for that. Yeah. Can't disagree with you there. There are definitely a lot of up-and-coming talents that I've seen floating around too, so hopefully everybody will get their time to shine soon. You have any up-and-coming artists you've been eyeballing lately? Love to know who's out there if I've missed anybody. Keep at it, man. Obviously here. Yeah, I'm trying to find a good volume for this music, but it's either too quiet or too loud. I'll just leave it like that, whatever. I never get to play with the music in this thing because Cal always yells at me when I play music during streams, so I'm not allowed to play it. Yeah, Mutt definitely has a really fun cartoon style that he does not use nearly enough. We've been telling him to do it more though, because we love it. Yeah, I love kind of watching the evolution of his art because it's pretty cool. Dillard. Yeah, he's a beast. Dillard is not human. It's the power of nicotine. Oh, no way. You doing you're working on Canadian Shield? Right on. Remastered. Did he put that thing out already? I didn't even know that was out. Wow, issue 2. Working on 3, man. Go Rick. No, Macho and Mutt. I really like that guy a lot. I guess they watch his. He do some kind of food review with his mom or something on, on the streams. Sounds awesome. Like Canadian food review or something. By the way, hey to anybody who's chilling out in chat in silence. You can talk. I won't bite. I can't because it's a stream, but you know. But welcome. I just want to know if Kokoshuko Papashango is lurking somewhere. He's always lurking. The Pied Piper of Hamilton. That's an amazing name. By the way, I'm incredibly slow when I draw, and I make a lot of mistakes. So probably not the most entertaining draw streams, but you get what you get. If you don't like it, I'm sure somebody else on YouTube is complaining about Barbie or something. Hey, good stuff, man. There's literally like between 11 and 12 on the volume is like super loud or super quiet with this music. Can't win. Wait, you don't want some more culture war talk? Are you saying you've got enough? If we ever decide to actually grow our channel, we'll start doing that. Mila, what is going on, my man? Doing good, buddy. Just chilling here. Nice boring draw stream for everybody. Because my fellow goons bailed on me tonight. Shameful. I'd have had my sketchbook 340 to keep me company. Welcome again, anybody who's chilling out in here. I know it's awkwardly quiet. I do not handle uncomfortable silence as well, and this is the epitome of sitting through an uncomfortable silence. So we're gonna get through it. But while I deal with my insecurities, feel free to enjoy the drawstring while I work on Starfetched. Hey, Sketch, I'm checking out your DM now, dude. Right on, man. I love the words coming out of the earth too. Nice job, dude. That's awesome. That's great, man. Good job. Keep it up. I wish I could draw letters. I can barely write normal. When's he planning on launching, Sketch? Oh, he wants, yeah. Sometime, okay. So I'm guessing within the month. Sometime this week. Hey, hi. Happy I could help you out with some company. Didn't the Bible say something like man is not meant to draw alone? Something like that. I think I got that right. Well, tell Rick I said good luck. Here's the man.
Hey,
What is going on?
can you hear me and stuff?
Loud and clear.
Okay, good.
Voice of an angel. What is going on, man?
I don't know. Hold on. Okay, I was watching the stream at the same time.
Get that echo going.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm amped you around to hop on, dude.
Yeah, me too. It doesn't. I mean, usually I don't get to hardly catch streams, so it's cool to jump on one.
Yeah, you know what? I'm glad I can rub this in the face of the other Breaking Rad guys now that you hopped on. Dude, you working on some stuff tonight?
Yeah, I'm painting a piece.
Are you allowed to show any of it?
I don't think I can show like what it is, but I can probably like zoom into parts of it and show.
Let me know if you want me to
I'm
pop
gonna
it
be
up on screen.
painting. Yeah, I'm gonna be painting a parrot, so I don't think that'll give anything away.
That's awesome.
A macaw. Yeah.
Yeah, let me know when you want to pop it up there.
Right on. I don't know. I'm doing it on my iPad, so I can't do it on the computer. So I'll probably just have to hold it up.
What do you? Have you ever streamed with your iPad before? Because that's what I'm using right now.
No, I was actually. What is that? Procreate?
Yeah, Procreate.
How do you do that?
So I have. Do you have iMovie? Are you on a Mac or PC?
A PC.
Oh shoot, I don't know how to do it with PC. With Mac, you just if you open iMovie up, it lets you share or like record movie of whatever is plugged into your Mac at the time.
It like streams it to it.
Yeah, so on this you would just share screen and just bring up the iMovie window.
Well, that would be pretty cool.
I like just figured it out a few weeks ago. Before that, I was holding my iPad up to the screen; it wouldn't show anything because too bright.
Yeah. So I don't know if I can do that.
Good.
Yeah, I've been thinking about probably after I do this one, like working on the card set and stuff. I'll probably try to figure out a way to do draw streams.
Is this this isn't the card set you're working on right now, or is this something?
No, this is the very last commission that I have to crank out here.
Dude, it is the best feeling to be done with commissions.
Yeah.
Because that's all I did last year. I didn't get anything done on this book because I was doing commissions, and finally this year I had to just send a tweet out saying like I'm not taking anymore. I'm done. Like I can't do it. But it is such a good feeling to be finished with that.
Yeah, it's like that's the struggle is, you get the paid right there, to do it, but you want to be working on your own stuff.
Yeah. Sketch is saying there's an iOS app that allows you to use your iPad like a display art tablet on a PC.
Huh.
So there you go.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's just a matter of Googling it.
You'll figure it out. I'm sure. Yeah, I bet it's like super simple.
Yeah.
Can you say who the commission's for?
I
don't want to get you in trouble.
Probably not. It's someone people. It's someone people know.
Oh, okay. Hey, right on for getting commissions for people you know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a CG book.
Nice.
But I don't really know. Like I always just like default on like not being able to talk about it.
Yeah, there are some I think people with bigger audiences tend to get away with just showing what they're working on more than us underlings in the CG world.
Yeah.
Because I just
Back
don't show anything.
Because when I was doing like the video game stuff back in the day, like you couldn't show anything like ever, even after they showed it, unless it was just strictly on your portfolio.
Even with our game, because I was showing like everything I was doing along the way until because it was for Apple Arcade, they were like, you can't do that anymore. So
really?
They made it, even though it wasn't like anything Apple Arcade was working on, they were just publishing it. They wouldn't let us show anything on social media from what we were working on.
Yeah, that made it really hard to like build up a portfolio for a while.
It sucked because that was all my attention was on that game, so I couldn't show anything I was doing at the time. So I was just on hold for like a good year. Like, all right, well, I guess I'm not going to build an audience anytime soon.
Yeah, there are, I think, 2 games that I worked on that never came out. and I don't know if I probably could show that stuff now, but it was like pretty good work, you know.
Yeah, that's the worst. Like, you actually make good stuff.
Yeah, it would have been nice to have shown it 5 years ago when I was working on it. No way.
I might be doing a game fairly soon this year. There's this company, Cascadia Games, that guy reached out to me and asked if I'd be interested in doing a little bit of video game artwork. So I might be putting the book on hold again for a month or two to do
Yeah,
that.
that's
I've
cool.
wanted to work with this guy for a while, so I'm like, I can't say no.
Yeah. Is that's not because you did like a splash screen or something for a game, didn't you?
Yeah, it's the same guy. I did
It
did some work for the screens, but yeah, he actually wants to do a real game. See if I can make some assets for it.
Yeah, cool.
So I guess he's getting into 360 stuff. So
sweet.
He wants to show off some stuff.
Yeah, your style is really good for putting in a game.
Children.
Like it, you know, it can animate pretty easily and stuff.
It's fun, yeah. With the right animator, it's the guy that did Starfish the animator was incredible.
Yeah, no, that game looks
Chris
great.
Gortz, if you're ever looking for someone, Chris Gortz.
Oh,
guys.
okay.
It is game devs make you sign an arbitration and NDA agree. Yeah, they don't mess around.
No.
So what else you got on the pipeline, man? So you getting started on doing some cards soon? Is what you're saying?
Yeah, I think I've got 2 that I haven't worked on it in like 2 weeks. I'm trying to remember what all I was doing.
Do you got a big
2
list?
or 3 weeks? Yeah, it's pretty decent, 40 something. I'm still trying to figure out like what the final count will be, because I don't want to be working on it for 2 years, you know. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of cool cards. I was worried that it would be like I could maybe get like 2 or 3 people that would want to do it, and then just like to use like 10 of each one of their characters, you know.
Dude, no, but your stuff is no joke.
I mean, it was crazy how many people wanted to actually do it.
Yeah, did I see Bancroft reached out to you about it?
Yeah, I'll be doing one for him.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yes,
a lot of I mean, I had to even like say no to like ones that I would have liked to have done.
Oh, really?
There were a ton of people that wanted to do it. So hopefully we'll hit some stretch goals or whatever and add some more.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great idea, and it's not something it's something I think a lot of people were scared to even pursue, because I mean, you have to get all these rights issues and to even get people to let you use their properties and stuff. But
yeah,
sounds like once you posted it though, like everybody and their mother was on board for it.
Yeah, it was weird.
I wasn't surprised. I knew that'd be a hit.
It's a really, like, I've wanted to do that for a long time too, because really, man, the Marvel Masterpiece cards are like, probably the biggest influence on what I do.
Yeah, there's another set of those coming out soon, actually.
Is it really?
Yeah, they still do them every few years. The whole card market is ridiculous now, though. Like the prices for the stuff now, like back, when you were probably collecting, when I was collecting them,
Mm-hmm.
They weren't that, a couple bucks a pack,
Right, yeah.
And now they're selling these things for, like $50 a pack or something ridiculous. Like especially these Masterpiece ones, they just overcharge them to death.
Yeah. No, that's crazy.
Yeah, I guess like sport card collectors, I guess got bored with collecting sports cards, or they don't make money anymore, so they all hopped over to Marvel.
Oh, really?
It started like just screwing with all the whole market. So like all these prices started coming out of nowhere. Like there was one set. There was a Stan Lee card. It was called like Mr. Marvel, and I think everybody had it. I know I had a few, I think, and I probably got rid of them now.
Yeah, but I think I remember that.
Yeah, these sport collectors came in there, and they all bought up every one of that card on eBay and started treating it as like it's the Stan Lee rookie card. Yeah. So now the thing goes for like, you can't find it now. Like, and when people are selling it, it's all like, they get it graded, and they're selling it for just insane amounts of money. This card that probably everybody had growing up.
Right. Yeah, that's funny.
It's obnoxious. But yeah.
I should check. I've got these here for Let's see, like for my just kind of reference to look at, like a whole
Oh
thing
yeah,
of the, like it's
those aren't
this is
the Joe Jusko ones, are they?
some of them are. This is like all kinds of different sets all put
Yeah.
together here. Like these are these are the not Rembrandt, Hildebrandts.
Shoot, I don't think I had those ones. There's shiny borders on that.
Yeah, they're pretty great. But yeah, so I've got these sitting here so I can look at them to see if I can steal some of that vibe.
Yeah, your style is very reminiscent of those old, like those Jusko.
Yeah, he's probably the biggest influence, really.
He's so good. Did you get his masterpiece book that he put out with all the artwork from those sets?
No, I had one. I had one back in the day. It was like a floppy. Marvel used to put out like the floppies that would collect a bunch of the masterpiece cards.
Yeah,
When I was a kid, I remember I had one, and I don't know what happened to that, but
I didn't even know they did that. They did floppies of those?
yeah, maybe I think it was a floppy. It was. I mean, this is 20-something years ago. But yeah.
Yeah, he put out a hardcover. I want to say it was last year, maybe the year before, and it's all the artwork from. I don't remember which set it was exactly, but pretty great book. I mean, if you have the cards, you have the art anyway. But
right, no, I mean, it'd be nice to have the book. I think I'm going to do that too with the thing. I'm going to see if I can do an art book with it, just because the cards are cool and everything. That's what it's kind of special to do that, but you don't get to see the art really on a card as well as like a big old book.
Man, yeah, because I think he does like big paintings, doesn't he, of all those cards?
I don't know how big they are, but yeah,
man,
that's a look at it.
Do you enjoy doing fan art? Is that kind of I mean, do you enjoy it more than original stuff, or?
No, I don't know if I do like enjoy it more. That's another reason I wanted to do this, just because it's like a good excuse to draw a bunch of people's characters.
Yeah.
But I think people are kind of getting sick of me entering the contest. So I'm probably done with that for a while.
Because you keep winning.
Yeah, which it's not.
Nah, man.
I don't know.
Screw them.
Maybe if I would do like inked picture or drawings, maybe I would do that. But
yeah,
I don't know.
Let them be jealous.
It's not a skill thing. It's just not fair that it's a painting. When other people are lucky if they get it colored.
I have no pity for anybody if I had that level of talent. Like, screw you guys, I'm entering every contest.
Yeah. It's funny. I won some that I didn't think I had a chance of winning, and then some that I was like, oh yeah, I probably got it. And those are the ones I didn't win.
Which ones didn't you win? Which ones did you enter?
Oh, well, like the ISOM one, I thought I had a decent shot at that one.
Did you not win? I feel like in my head I just assumed you won that, because that one was incredible.
No, I like that one. I felt like I leveled up a lot on that one.
Yeah.
I didn't think I would win, but I thought I'd at least place, but I didn't. And Gabe Al-Taib's, that one, I figured I probably had a chance at it, but
I didn't even know he did one.
It was a while ago. It was probably over a year ago.
The Truth Justice one that he was doing?
Yeah.
Nice.
There's probably some more in there, but yeah.
Yeah, I know I'm aware of the Gem Shock one, the ISOM one, and the Rex one.
Trying to remember all. I can't really remember.
Did you enter the Godlike?
No, was that black and white only? I think. I don't know if that was. I think it might have been. I think that's why I didn't do it.
Oh.
But I mean, if it was today, I'd probably do it. So I'm trying to get back on the pencils and inks. I
don't know if I could still do it. Going back to pencils.
Yeah.
I doodle with my my 9-year-old is really into comics and drawing and stuff, and so I try to draw with him most nights. But yeah, like trying to get back to like, we always just bust out like the printer paper for that, like a mechanical pencil. But yeah, I find myself, I keep doing like all the gestures, like on the paper, I try like double tapping the paper, thinking it's gonna like
Oh, yeah.
undo stuff. Like it's like, oh shoot, I can't like zoom in, and
Every time.
it's like I gotta trust my eyes.
Mhm. Yeah, for me, it's not zooming. I mean, I do try to zoom in too, but it's like trying to undo.
Yeah,
Like you draw a line and I want to undo it. Like I definitely abuse that.
80% of what I do is just undoing stuff, erasing, and I'm probably even after the stream, I'm probably gonna like undo like 90% of what I drew tonight and just start over again.
Yeah, that and the lasso tool also, like selecting something and then just scooting it over a tad.
Yeah,
because I usually can't see it until like I've drawn the whole figure. You know, I think most people can draw a piece and then be like, oh, I'll erase it and fix it. You know.
Yeah. I draw diagonally too, which screws me up because I always think I'm drawing a straight line until I like flip the thing right side up and it's just going off the page.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because like a lot of digital, I don't do a ton of like digital things other than undo and stuff like that. I use as few layers as I can.
My layers are, this one's tame for me.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, Procreate is a huge pain in the butt because it limits the amount of layers you can use.
Oh, really? I didn't know. I use Clip Studio on it, so.
Yeah, I should probably consider something else because I need my layers. Yeah, it's like I think it's like a memory saving.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Thing, but yeah, because if I do the larger pages, like if I'm doing like a 2-page spread or whatever, I'm limited to like 4 layers.
Really?
Which is not enough to do anything. So I find myself I have to like flatten it, create a new document, put the flattened image on it, and pray I don't make any mistakes.
Yep.
Which I do. And, so are you still working on your game right now?
Not really, no. I mean, I'm still, it's still in the pipeline, but I haven't touched it in probably a month and a half or so.
Oh, really?
It's pretty much, it's almost like a demo, like is pretty much done. Dude. So I'll probably get back on it after I start on that book. I mean, I've started on the book, but I'm taking a break from it too because I'm doing the cards. Which I'm taking a break on those because I'm doing this piece. So
I'm glad you think like every other like I do with this stuff because I can't keep one project in my head at a time.
Yeah, I thought I would probably start the campaign for the book like at the end of this year. So I'll be lucky to start it by the end of next year because I'll probably still be working on these cards.
Yeah, I had planned to launch this thing I think 2 years ago. I was like, yeah, I'll have it finished in a year. And 3 years later.
Yep.
Yeah, I found some old videos I put up, and I kept talking about. It's like, 2020 is going to be the year. This is going to be a big year for Starfetched.
Yeah. That's how it goes. The first game I made by myself took like, I want to say it was like 3 years. And I thought it's only like, it only takes, it's like a puzzle platformer. So if like I know how to play it, I know how to solve all the puzzles, and it takes me about 40 minutes to beat. But yeah, it took like 3 years to make it.
Jeez, dude. That's nuts. Is that what was the game? It had like those like tiki statue looking guys and stuff.
Yeah, there's the Lost Cave of the Ozarks.
Yeah.
It's a cool game. I like it. I'm glad I did it. It was mostly just to learn how to do everything. But it's different. I'm proud of it.
See that? I hit my limit. Darn it.
You did.
I hit my layer limit. You did another
layer. I don't think Clip Studio limits you. It probably just lets you do it until it crashes.
Yeah, I would rather that.
Right.
Get frustrated for a whole bunch of other reasons, but thing is, this page is an old one that I finished probably in 2020, and then going back.
Yeah, that's the problem.
How out of place it is.
That is the problem with taking so long to do something. You get better by the time you finish it, so you have to go back.
Yeah, better, and like you when you going further on the story too. It's like, oh, that actually doesn't make any sense for the story. So now I need to completely fix that page up. Yeah, so I kind of screwed myself. But I have like I left the top panel because the top panel was fine. So I have all those layers still, and I can't keep adding to them because I don't want to mess it up. But
so do you do each panel like as its own like folder? I guess I don't know if you do folders or if it can, but like
yeah, it does folders.
Do?
I normally don't. I kind of just leave all the layers there, and they're all called layer 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because I'm terrible.
Yeah.
But
I try to name mine too. I this one has a bunch because it has a lot of different pieces on it. You know, all the different characters and stuff, and I try to keep those in their own spot, especially because like a lot of clients will use just that for like their website or something, you know.
Oh yeah,
like just the character with like a transparent background.
Mm-hmm.
So I usually try to put those on their own folders or on their own layers and stuff. But yeah, if I'm doing like one character, I'll maybe 5 layers max is what I'll usually do.
That's good.
A lot of times though, I'll open a layer and then like flatten it once I'm kind of feeling good about it, you know.
Yeah, I every time I flatten, usually about when I hit the point where I can't undo anymore, that's usually when I realize I shouldn't have flattened it.
Yeah.
So I'm always scared to flatten any layers. But yeah, I used to when I was using Photoshop more, I got really good about naming layers and being organized. And once I got Procreate, it just all went out the window. I just forgot how to do all that, and it's not as disorganized as I used to be.
What do you do with like shortcuts? Do you have a handheld thing that you use, or is it all just on the iPad?
No, it's all just Procreate does. It's just hand gestures that you use. Yeah, I really don't even use my computer that much. I do everything kind of exclusively on the iPad now.
I do too. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty good, and I was really against it. My wife forced me one year to get an iPad for my birthday. And,
yeah, mine did too. With remember when we got COVID stimulus checks?
Yeah, those are great.
Yeah, we had no idea what to do, so I was like, my wife was like, "You should get an iPad."
Yeah, then I got my butt kicked in taxes that year because of them. So,
yeah. What a good time.
Yeah, those are good times. I enjoyed them when I got them.
Yeah.
But yeah, she totally forced me to get it. I was like, I'm never going to use it. And a few years later, it's like, oh man, I can't go back. Like I can't use paper anymore. I can't use Photoshop anymore.
Yeah, dude, I actually never used Photoshop. I've played with it, but I've never actually like done anything on it.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Shoot. Yeah, I did all my color. I had a Wacom, and that was sort of at the time it was the fancy one because it mirrored the screen.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at right here.
Yeah, so I got using that now.
I'm using it as another monitor.
Is it the Cintiq? Cintiq?
Yeah, Cintiq. Yeah.
Cintiq. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't drawn on that thing in maybe a year. It's been a while.
Oh, that thing was so good. Well, actually, I was kind of forced to stop using it because I was still, even when I had the iPad, I was still stubborn, and I would still like, oh, I'll draw something on there, but I'll just copy it over to the computer and redraw it.
Yeah,
or
sketch it on that and then put it over to do the real thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I still wasn't respecting the iPad very much. I was like, whatever, it's a fun toy. And then they made an update on the Mac that made it completely impossible to use the Cintiq anymore. Cintiq.
Really?
Yeah, they that's what Mac does. They're the skeeziest company on the planet. They'll these updates until everything's irrelevant. You have to buy new stuff.
Yeah.
Like I used to.
And it has to be their stuff too.
Oh yeah, their stuff specifically almost. Yeah, I used to have a what was it? Was it Final Cut? Is that the video program? Yeah, Final Cut Pro.
Mm-hmm.
Paid like at the butt for it. Saved up for like 5 years. Got it. Had a few good years on it, and then eventually they upgraded to OS like X or something, and that program like nope, can't use it. If you want to like hack your computer and kill the warranty, go for it. But
man, that sucks.
I was like, well, I guess that's the end of that.
Yeah, I've never used a Mac.
I love it. I just it's really like an abusive relationship. They
yeah. I've got an iPhone too, so yeah, I know.
Yeah, you know the pain.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's rough. But yeah, they've got me for life. I don't think I could even go back to a PC. I don't think I'd remember how to use it.
No, really. See, I also like I use a laptop. It's a gaming laptop because I
Oh,
thought that I would actually have time to play games again. But
Were your kids growing up? Is that
now I just thought, because I wasn't doing so much like contract work. I was just taking it easy and I stay at home with the kids. So it's like, hang out, play games, draw when I feel like it. No
time for games?
No time.
Yeah, my kids are finally at an age I can probably play more games, but I've convinced myself if I'm not doing some kind of work, some kind of drawing work, I'm wasting my time.
Yeah, you start feeling guilty for
yeah. Created a lot of self-guilt with that stuff. Which is really a problem. But
I've even like in college, like I couldn't read like comics and stuff because I'm like I should be reading a textbook.
that is not a thing I ever struggled with in college.
Yeah. I actually have been able to play a lot more games recently because my girls have they've heard about Zelda and the friends and stuff, and I love Zelda, so we've been playing the new Zelda quite a bit.
I've tried to get mine into Zelda. They're into Mario. They both have Switches. Two of the boys. The third one's too young, but yeah, they have Nintendo Switches, and so they play Mario Maker is their big one.
Yeah, that game's awesome. I wish I could see that. That'd be a fun one to have time to actually play.
Yeah, I would have loved to have gotten into it, and I pretty much they have the cartridge now, so I don't even get to use it if I wanted to. They've kind of claimed it at this point.
That's a good example. Like I would love to play that, but if I was making games in that, I'd be like, I need to be working on my game.
I'm wasting my time with Mario.
Yeah, I'm sitting there making a game for fun instead of for work.
Why am I helping Japan?
Yeah.
They like to watch me play Metroid.
Nice. The Metroid Dread.
Yeah, I found some time to kind of play it a little bit. Really, like I don't work on anything art related when the kids are awake.
Yeah, I don't either.
Because they'll ruin it, and I'll get mad at them. And
yeah, nobody would like that.
Yeah, I don't need more reasons to yell at my kids, so I try to just not do the stuff when they're awake.
Yeah. Did you have? I'm guessing your kids are probably just a couple years older than mine. Did you have the time, like where you're like, oh man, I'll be able to draw and let the kids play? And
oh yeah, no, I thought that at one point. Yeah, they're they're 10, 9, and 5.
Okay.
Yeah, and you'd think that I could just go in my office and draw, and they'll entertain themselves with it. They see my office door is open for any reason. They'll come in and ruin everything I'm working on and ask 1,000 questions and then tell me they don't like the way I'm drawing it. Or something.
They'll be critiquing you the whole time.
Oh yeah, especially the middle one because he considers himself the finest of artists. And
that's funny.
It's funny. Starfetched. This comic is for. I had gotten the idea when my oldest was born, and so it's kind of based on him.
That's right. Yeah, I remember you saying that.
But it's funny because he doesn't really appreciate that at all. Like he's not the art one; it's the middle one that is.
Yeah, you need to switch that.
And he hates that this is about his oldest brother. It drives him nuts.
Yeah,
he's like, "What about when you make my character?" I'm like, "Well, I mean, you're in it already. You're just a baby in it." And
because he was a baby, is that?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
So he's in it as a baby. He's funny. Like, "Why do I save the day?" I'm like, "No, you're just kind of there."
Well, there's always sequels.
Yeah, so I'll never get out of it. But yeah, he hates that. He can't stand that. It drives him nuts. He's like, "When are you going to work on my comic?" I'm like, "Well, when this one's done." He's like, "When are you going to be done with it?" I'm like, "I don't know." I'm like, when it's done, man, I don't know.
There's always next decade.
See, yeah, probably when you're too old to appreciate it. I'll
yeah, you won't care either by the time you get to it.
No, really. And the cat's in the cradle with the silver spoon. Yeah, it is a bummer that my oldest doesn't really care about this. Like, this whole thing's for you.
Yeah, I think that's just like a some law of the universe. It's just guaranteed that whenever you set out to do something special like that, they're not going to care.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and I'm glad the youngest hasn't caught on to what I'm doing with this because he's not even in it. Just not even a twinkle in my eye yet when I started this stuff.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's like, sorry, kid. I'll just tell you you're my favorite. Does that make you feel better? Is that if I tell you that?
You really are.
Well, I tried. But yeah, so my the middle one wants to be a creative force when I finally make one about him. I'm like, nah, I don't know, man. He's like, well, can he be like Spider-Man? Like, no, we can't make Spider-Man. You don't understand IPs yet.
Yeah, that's always hard. Yeah.
If I make you Spider-Man, Daddy will get in a lot of trouble. I guess you don't care.
No, yeah, what's the deal? Just do it.
Yeah, no, we'll just do that. We'll see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he'll be public domain soon. I don't know.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
What was that? 60 something.
Yeah, probably not for a while.
Yeah, you got a couple of decades probably.
Darn it.
I saw Donald DeLay was talking about Popeye was coming up soon.
Dude, I saw that today too.
Yeah.
I think because you commented on it, that's why I saw it. I was like, oh man, I would kill for a Donald Popeye book.
Seriously, that'd be a good book. I hope they do that.
Yeah.
Popeye has a lot of potential. Does anybody do anything with Popeye right now, like officially?
I don't think so, man. Because he's not even that. There's potential there, but yeah, the cartoon was never that interesting to me, and
yeah,
I didn't appreciate it. It came on, and I was kind of like, I guess cartoons are done today because they're showing the old Hanna-Barbera stuff now.
Oh yeah, I don't like a lot of, like when I was a kid, I didn't like a lot of old stuff, but I like Popeye.
Was he Hanna-Barbera? He probably wasn't.
I don't think so.
No,
I don't think he was. I don't remember who owned him. Maybe he was. I don't know. Who owned the old Superman cartoon?
Oh shoot!
I think it's the same people, same company.
Dang. I didn't like Popeye because I hated the plot every time. It was always like, why are you wasting your time with olive oil? Like, man, like she keeps ditching you for Brutus.
Yeah.
Whatever. Was it Brutus? Was that the guy? Bluto, that's what it was. I think it was that name too. Bluto.
Did you ever watch the movie, the Robin Williams movie?
I caught it on TV a few times, and I was very confused by it.
It's a very weird movie.
Like, what the heck am I watching?
It used to scare me. I don't remember a whole lot about it, but I remember being scared of Bluto when I was a kid.
Who played Bluto in that?
I don't know. I don't know if he ever did anything else. Probably did. Who knows? Yeah.
Was Olive Oil the woman from The Shining?
Yeah.
I mean, that was actually a really good casting.
That was.
Robin Williams is Popeye. I don't know. He had the voice.
Yeah,
yeah.
It was pretty good. Like back then, I didn't know who he was, so I just thought it was Popeye, But
yeah, my dad liked Popeye a lot. He's big into that. He tried getting my kids into it, and like, they're not gonna.
No. See, I mean, I think we've talked about this before. Like, you can't get your kids into anything that you like, right?
I can't, and I hate it. It drives me crazy.
Yeah.
All they want to watch is I don't even know what do the kids watch these days? Bluey,
Yeah.
They love Captain Underpants. That's their go-to right now. Is the Captain Underpants cartoon.
I didn't know that. I knew the books, but I didn't know they had a cartoon.
Oh yeah, they got a movie. Yeah, they have a cartoon on Netflix. We temporarily have Netflix again. We caved.
Yeah. I've been able to hold off on that one.
We were principled for a while, and then eventually it was just like, these kids are driving us nuts because it's summertime. And
Yeah.
It's like, just leave me alone. It's like, all right, we'll get Netflix. Just shut up. Yeah, we caved. So they watched that. Everything's so fast paced and just loud and.
Yep. I know what you mean. Like,
it's just things happen.
I tell my girls a lot. I'm like, we can't watch this. I think honestly, it'll like if you don't have ADD, I think it's going to give it to you because that's like it's just like what it is in cartoon form.
Yeah. Yeah, it's bad. But yeah, I tried getting them to watch the X-Men cartoon, which they
And they
really
didn't
did
like
not
that?
appreciate. They
Wow.
kind of did, but it's so yeah, it's slow and it's really dark too, which they're just not used to seeing dark themes
Yeah.
in any of their entertainment.
Yeah.
Like really, it was just the X-Men just fought with each other like constantly, and then they
Yeah.
fight a bad
There's a
guy.
lot of drama. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just Wolverine was always like ready to murder Cyclops.
Yeah.
But
I
I like
watch some
watching
of that.
and yeah, I like making my middle child's really uncomfortable with like kissing scenes and stuff, so I like making them watch those scenes just to
Yeah.
ooh, kissies.
That's funny.
Like, ow! Stop it.
That's funny. Yeah, my youngest gets scared very easily, so we can't watch like X-Men and
Yeah,
like
there's
Magneto
that
scared
too.
her.
My oldest is like that. He gets kind of freaked out by stuff pretty easily.
Really?
Yeah, and yeah, it's weird because I don't know if it's like a generational thing. If stuff was just scarier.
Yeah,
Back then we
growing up
didn't
stuff
notice
was,
it. Like we just grew up with dark stuff. I don't know.
yeah. That's probably part of it.
Yeah, like Batman '89. Like I had watched it by their age. Pretty much right when
Yeah.
that came out. I watched it.
Yeah.
I feel like I can't show it to them. Like I'm like that weird, overprotective parent. Like, oh, you can't watch.
Oh no.
You can't watch Batman.
Yeah.
Too dark for
That's
you.
me too. Our kids are lucky if they get to watch anything right now.
Yeah, it stings. I finally caved and let them watch like the old Spider-Man movies, the old whatever the Sam Raimi ones.
Yeah. Yeah, those aren't too bad. My youngest would still be scared of those, but
yeah, and it probably does.
content-wise,
Just
they're
like,
not bad.
yeah, there's that weird like dad part of me that's just like, you know what, suck it up. I'm tired of this. Like,
Yeah.
be a man, be scared. Like, grow up.
It's fun to be scared.
We're gonna watch Freddy. I just figured they're gonna start watching this stuff behind my back anyway now, so I might as well just get them acclimated to it.
Right. And I never would have thought that I would be as protective about stuff like that.
Yeah, I think I'm worse than my parents were.
I know I am. Yeah, my mom used to buy me the Punisher comics. She'd like swing by the grocery store and buy me some Punisher.
That's awesome.
Well, no, I don't think she really. I mean, she just thought it was like a superhero.
They'd probably yell at us if they did.
Yeah,
if they did read any of that stuff. I have started taking my middle kid to comic shops. So, but his big thing is like he's into the McFarlane run of Spider-Man.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm like, dude, like, don't show your mom any of this stuff.
Yeah.
But high five because this is pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
And he like specifically wants that run too. Because I took him once and he kind of was like skimming through a lot of them and he found those and was just like, what is this? So I'm like, oh, that's our Lord.
That's cool.
McFarlane.
There's something about his art, especially Spider-Man, that it's different from everything else, but it just makes you want to read it.
Yeah, it definitely blew his mind pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So he wanted to go again. He's like, I find more of this run. I'm like, yeah, heck yeah, let's do it. Because I never owned any Spider-Man stuff growing up. I didn't really care. I was more of an X-Man guy.
I was too. I did a little bit, but yeah, I was more X-Men and X-Force. And
yeah, I had one Spider-Man comic, and it's because it came with a wrestling buddy, a Spider-Man wrestling buddy. And it was like Spider-Man teaming up with Nova to fight like this giant 3-headed sentinel. And,
nice.
So it's my one Spider-Man comic, and so he read that to death, and he's like, "Don't you have any more?" I was like, "No, I didn't even really want that one." But
yeah, I just wanted the wrestling buddy.
Toy. Yeah, See, I've let him borrow a lot of my X-Man stuff. He doesn't seem too into it though. He just wants Spider-Man.
So that blows my mind.
I was like, really? You don't like? But I also won't give him my Wolverine comics either because I'm like, man, I don't know if you're ready
Yeah, a little
for it.
too
Like,
dark.
I can't. It's like, yeah, I read this old like reprint of like the first run of X-Men from the '60s.
Yeah, those are
Knock
kind of hard
yourself
to
out,
read.
kid.
Yeah. I remember as a kid, I had I don't know what year it would have been, probably mid 90s. I bought a DVD ROM or CD ROM for the computer that had like
Oh yeah.
10 issues of Spider-Man, 10 issues of X-Men, like Fantastic Four. I think it had like 100
awesome.
comics or something on it. And that was way before digital comics were really a thing.
Yeah, kind of the precursor there.
Yeah. I was just so excited to read the first X-Men, and I didn't like it at all. And I've tried to go back to it. It's not the best. Some of the issues are good, but I'm not crazy about it.
It's definitely weird if you grew up with a different kind of X-Men and then you go back and read those.
I'm sure that's all it is too.
Iceman being like, "Ooh, a stinky girl coming to the mansion," or whatever the heck he was doing, and like,
Yeah.
oh, now I see why they made him gay. But
yeah,
it was definitely a very weird run. It's all I had really when I was really little. I had a few of those, and eventually I started sneaking in like the better stuff, like the Wolverine comics, and but for a while that was just what I had. And I thought I had something like rare because it was the old first issues, and because I didn't know what the heck a reprint was, I was like, oh, that's just the comic.
Yeah, you thought you had an original.
I have something special here. This crappy reprint of X-Men 1.
That's funny.
That I got at the grocery store.
Right. I wish you could still get them in grocery stores.
Yeah, I miss that old spinner rack.
Yeah.
And it was only ever reprints. It was never they didn't have anything really special there. At least at my Derry, New Hampshire.
I know that I was getting new books in the grocery store, but they also had a ton of old ones. I didn't know it back then, but
yeah, I didn't know what was new and what was, because I would get these. I never understood why like the comics never made sense. I didn't really understand the concept of like they were running stories and you had to buy issues like sequentially. It was just like, oh, here's an X-Men comic, and I have no clue what's happening.
Yeah,
I must just be too young.
Yeah. I'm just gonna pretend I understand it. I'm
like,
sophisticated.
Yes. Yeah, it was a weird series of like when Rachel Summers had gone back at one point from the future, and so I had no clue what the heck she was talking about. Like, why is she talking about like the future? And I just didn't understand anything that was happening. I just kind of waited for the explosions, and
yeah, back in the day, it was all about whatever was just cool.
You just kind of hope that Psylocke would take a shower in the next comic, and
yeah.
Get out of here, Mom.
I remember one time I'm originally from Bartlesville, Oklahoma.
All right.
And I remember we actually got a comic shop, and so my mom would take me there every now and then. And I remember reading in Wizard that She was coming out.
Oh, dang.
And we were going to go to the comic shop, and I knew it was going to be there. And I was like trying to pump myself up, like to ask her if she could buy it for me, Like, how am I going to ask her? How am I going to explain? Like, it's really, don't worry about the picture
art,
here.
Mom.
Yeah. It's not as bad as it looks or anything. But
I'm sure she's a Christian.
Yeah. But yeah, she shot that down, so didn't get it.
Yeah, I had to go with my dad to those places because he usually wasn't paying attention to whatever it was I was throwing in the cart, or whatever, going in the basket. Yeah, sure, whatever, good.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I wasn't even aware of that comic when it was out. We had one, my brother was usually the one that was up to speed on all the goings-ons of comics and things, and I kind of would just look at whatever was in his collection, so I wasn't aware of things that were coming out, or just one day I would look in his pile in his room, and there was like Savage Dragon in there, or Spawn or something, and
Yeah.
he was kind of the Wizard magazine.
Yeah, that's all. I got everything from Wizard back in the day.
I had one issue of Wizard, and it was the X-Men like 30th anniversary or something, or their 25th anniversary. I don't remember what anniversary it was. But it had that big, like, you could open up the front cover, and it was that huge spread of like Cable and like all these other X-Men on it, and like a beard on it. It was an awesome friggin' comic. But the whole thing was just full of like info on the X-Men, so I just read that thing religiously. He's like learning about Nightcrawler and Wolverine and stuff. And
yeah, you're a big Nightcrawler guy.
Oh yeah, part of that Wizard issue was part of the reason I liked him so much.
Yeah, really.
You had that one, and I had a Chris Claremont. It was something I got at like a book fair at school. It was this collection of like some old Chris Claremont. It was like a black and white book of some of his runs, and it was the one
From
where
the
the
book fair?
X-Men. Yeah, it was like a book fair at school. They had what were those columns? Like book.
Yeah, the Scholastic Book Fair thing. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. And they had that one. It was like this black and white, little soft covered book of. I actually have it here. Turn the camera on. Hang on a second. This is where the X-Men fight arcade. It's like X-Men in Murder World or something, but like not the camera.
Yeah.
There it is. Yeah, this right here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's this whole.
That's awesome.
There's my boy. Yeah.
There he is.
But yeah, this was the book that got me into him. Yeah, I read that thing like crap. Yeah, this isn't even the original one that I had. I wore that thing out, and I think it got thrown out at one point without me knowing.
Yeah, actually, it was an illustrated novel. It was an X-Men, and I had a Wolverine one too. I think I might have gotten them from a book fair. But I used to read those all the time. I don't know what happened to that either. I just still had it. You know what I really got into X-Men with was I had this huge. It was like one of those Look and Find books where it's like a Where's Waldo kind of a book.
Really, there's the X-Men like that.
Yeah, I still got that actually.
Do you really?
Yeah, I would go get it, but I don't know where it's at right now. It's really cool though.
Is a lot of the stuff you have hanging up, is that a lot of your like childhood stuff, or is that stuff you got later in life?
No, this is all later. Like these are some Mark Bagley originals, and I just have those up because those are the first original art I bought. So.
Oh man.
And then these are like Days of Future Past here, and there's a signed that Michael's. I don't know if he can. Yeah, it's a kind of signed Secret Wars.
Oh no way.
By Mike Zack.
Dude, you have it's funny that Days of Future Past one. I have it. Let me see if I can tilt this up here.
Yeah.
It's the middle one. There's a big glare in it, but right above the door, that middle one is the Days of Future Past comic.
Yeah,
I got the same one though.
Was that graded?
Yeah. Oh man, I booted myself from stream there. Yeah, it's graded. My brother got it for me a few years ago.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was pretty big deal because that's my favorite cover like ever.
Yeah, no, it's awesome.
Love that drawing. He used to like blow my mind too when I was little. I was like, man, all of them are dead. Like what? Nightcrawler, no.
Well, yeah, I don't think I didn't read like anything before the 90s. I didn't read until I was older. So I didn't. I mean, I knew most of the stories from the cartoon because they used a lot of those.
All my knowledge was from the cartoon and some of the cards for most of them.
Yeah, the cards are how I got into comics.
Yeah, dude, same here.
Everybody at school was like trading them. Actually, my brother first got me into them. My older brother.
You're right on, man. Yeah, my older brother got me into that stuff. He used to collect the cards, and so I would kind of tag along with them and start getting them too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's the Series 3. The ones where they're kind of like popping out of the images.
Yeah, here Let me grab this thing.
Oh, yeah, you got that?
I think so. If this is what you're talking about, hang on just a second.
Yeah.
So I've got like a sealed tin. Is that the?
Holy crap! Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. So
I
I've
didn't
got
have
that.
the tin,
I mean,
but-
I've got the whole set like in a folder thing, you know. But I got a sealed tin, and I also have the Series 2
Dude.
in the sealed tin,
No freaking way.
and I got the Series 1.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Dude, how long have you had? Did you get those like later in life, or did you just have those from?
The Series 3 I've had since I was a kid, and these others I just
Dude.
bought off eBay. So there's only 4,000 of these,
Oh my gosh,
and they made a lot more of the other ones, but
that's crazy,
yeah, those are pretty cool.
dude. Yeah,
Yeah,
that Series 3. That's, I mean, just the art in that one, and they used to love the idea of them popping out of the panels for all the imagery on it.
Yeah, I think Jessica did the background art on those.
Did
It's
he
like
really?
a cosmic kind of thing, you know?
Yeah, I didn't know he
Pretty
did
sure.
that.
Yeah, I think he did because they all like connect if you put them in the folder. You know, the 9, whatever those things are called, the 9 slot.
Yeah, those card holder binders, whatever those are.
Yeah.
Shoot. Yeah, the one that stuck out was or that always stood out to me was the Eternal one. I think it was Eternal or Eternity.
Where like the stars are in, like he's
Yeah,
got galaxies and stuff
yeah,
inside
he's
of
kind
it.
of like standing like that or something. and
Yeah. I can see that in my mind.
That one always just blew my mind. I used to try to draw him. I couldn't draw him at all. But,
Yeah, I remember not understanding it. Like, what is going on?
I was like, what is he? Like, I don't. I was sadly I saw Thor Ragnarok, or not Ragnarok, the Love and Thunder, and he was in it.
Oh, really?
I was like excited to see him, but
Should have known better.
I wish it had been something different.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, it's him. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This movie's terrible.
Way cooler on the card.
Yeah, yeah. You can't quite do it justice. Yeah, let me see if I can find you. Hang on a second. I'll find that Jusco thing. A second here. All right, here we go. Pop this bad boy up here. Camera back on. Yeah, this. Have you seen this?
No, that's awesome. It's huge.
Yeah, it's all his. Yeah, it's just all the paintings
Oh,
and stuff
man.
he did from.
Oh yeah, it's got like lines too.
Yeah, and
Sketches.
so my brothers had both gotten this for me, and they went in and got him to sketch on it for me.
Oh yeah. I think you showed me on Twitter.
I might have showed you that on Twitter once. Yeah,
I didn't know it was in that book. I don't think.
Yeah,
That's
it's in this. I wish I could frame it. I can't. But yeah, the book.
I
is
mean,
like,
you probably could. It just might not be that cool.
I'm not taking it out for anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's got all the. It's just crazy art in this thing.
Yeah, I've got to get that.
Yeah, it's good. I don't know.
Might get
I
that
wanna say it came out,
tonight.
like last year. I think it was last year. But
That's really
IDW put it out. Yeah.
I'd like to do something like that. Obviously, it wouldn't be as thick, but I'd like to do something like that with the cards.
You should put that floppy out of it.
Yeah, if nothing else.
There we go. But yeah, it's yeah, pretty cool little thing to have. Look at his stuff.
Yeah, the dude is really good. He used to be a cop too. Did you know that?
Did he really?
Yeah.
I didn't know anything about that.
Yeah, he was. I don't know how long, but he was I think so. He was trying to be an artist, and I think he just wasn't really making any money, and so he went
He's
to
gonna be a cop.
yeah. He's like, all right, I'll be a cop. I guess he's in New York City. He was a cop, and then I think he was still doing art on the side, and I think he started getting a little success. So then he left.
That is the weirdest origin story I've ever heard for an artist.
I know.
I guess I'll be a cop because art's not working out.
Guess I'll be a cop.
There's got to be more to the story than that. That's crazy.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Was his dad a cop or something, or
maybe I can't even remember why I know that.
It's such like a high risk career to go into when art doesn't work out.
I know. Yeah.
Like, I guess I'll do this. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Almost the same thing.
That works. How long have you been retired from duty?
So 2019 or 2018 was
2018.
when I left. Yeah, or when I got kicked out.
Kicked out. That's right. You busted your leg or something, right? Is that what it was?
I what?
Didn't you get hurt or something, or?
Yeah. I got hurt.
Yeah.
Got hurt. Had a couple surgeries, and then after the second one, like the doctor was just like, I'm gonna have to write a note that says you're not supposed to lift over, I think 60 pounds or something like that.
Oh man.
And so I was a cop in Tulsa. That's where I live. And the policy for the department is you have to, like any position that you work, you have to still be able to do the job of just like a street cop.
Okay.
And so I could have, even if I could have done detective work or something, I couldn't, because I can't go into the field and work as a patrol officer. I couldn't do the job.
That angle of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't mean any disrespect about busting the leg. I couldn't remember what the injury was. I thought it was a leg thing.
No, it's my back.
Okay. Sorry. I was like, did he bust his leg or something? Oh, no, it wasn't that. Okay.
Same thing.
Once I saw you be like, pardon me, I was like, oh crap, that wasn't what it was. Thinking of like video games or something. Like, oh, my wounded knee.
Yeah. Arrow to the knee. No, I'm glad I wasn't my knee. It's funny because like I always felt like I could still do the job, even though the doctor said I couldn't. And so I was kind of mad about it for a while, but I'm over it now. But because I liked it. It was a really fun job.
You enjoyed it?
Yeah. But so they said I couldn't do that, but I kept doing jujitsu, kept lifting weights, even though I wasn't supposed to lift over 60 pounds.
About to say, you say that, but you seem like a pretty jacked guy.
Yeah, no,
like, how is he pulling that off?
I stopped lifting while I was recovering from the surgeries, and that's about it. But really, like, the problem with my first surgery was I was in patrol, because in Tulsa everybody has to do at least 3 years in patrol before you can apply to go to a specialty unit.
Okay.
And I was in my third year and I got hurt, and I knew I wanted to go into the gang unit, and so I had my first surgery, and after I healed up, and which took a long time, I got accepted into the gang unit, which was like the last thing I really needed for my back.
Jeez.
Because you go from, like, in the street, you're probably chasing and fighting maybe once every 2 weeks, maybe. But in the gang unit, it's like every other night you're, chasing people down and wrestling and all that stuff. So probably wasn't the best thing for my back, but that's what I wanted. That's why I was there.
That was what you'd always wanted to do, was the gang unit?
Yeah.
Man, dude. That's an intense thing to want to get into.
Yeah, well, I didn't like before. I actually remember like in the academy when we did because Tulsa has a really good academy. They have their own. You don't have to do like a state, whatever. It's really one of the best in the nation for the size of the department. Um, but I remember like when we had our gang block, it was like a 2-week thing on gangs.
Mm-hmm.
I remember like just being like, oh man, like I do not want to work on the bad side of town. Like, I was like actually a little bit scared of gangs and stuff.
Dude, I'm terrified. I'm nowhere near them, and I think I still have nightmares of randomly of getting caught up in it.
I probably wouldn't have, but when I got cut loose after training, I went to the bad side of town and ended up really liking all the gang stuff.
Yeah. I grew up reading it's a book you read, the guy who did hey Jay Dollar, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you, man. Yeah, I grew up so we grew up Christian, and so there was a book, the guy, I don't know if you remember Teen Challenge. You're familiar with them?
No.
Way back in the, I don't know if it's still a thing or not. It probably is, but it was this basically it was like an outreach group that was for gangs specifically. I think it started out that way. So there was a book, it was called man, what the heck was it called now? It's gonna drive me nuts. Like The Cross and the Switchblade or something that I'd read, and it was kind of about the beginning of that. Like, yeah, it's a great name for that. But yeah, it was all about like the rise of this ministry for gangs. I think it must have been in like the 70s or something.
I was gonna say that sounds really 80s.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Teen Challenge was really big in the 80s. They used to come to your churches and stuff, and it was all these like recovering gang members. They'd like come to your church and like sing songs and stuff.
Yeah, that's good for them.
Yeah, but I remember reading that book and I was like terrified of like the idea of ever like running into a gang or anything. I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. The funny thing about them, and I don't want to talk too much about, I don't know what kind of viewers we have, but they, funny thing about gangs is they really are gangsters. Is they, like when they're in like groups, like they, act pretty tough, but you get them alone and they are not so tough.
Well, that was that was the premise of the book, is like this guy found one specific member of this gang and pretty much spent his time trying to reach out to this one guy, and he ended up being a big softie at heart, I guess. And
yeah.
Yeah, it was a cool story. I mean, I like the book a lot. It's you think about what it is, pretty powerful, but it's but yeah, that stuff I was terrified of gangs because of that book, though. Like
yeah.
And growing up in Derry, New Hampshire, it wasn't really a concern in the area we were in.
Yeah, especially then, I'm sure.
Yeah. The 90s and little podunk town in Derry. But,
right. Yeah, it wasn't until like late 90s when gangs started spreading out of LA and New York, really.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it took a little while.
Man. Is it a pretty big scene in Tulsa? Like it?
For the size, yeah. I mean, of course it's nothing like LA, but for the size of the town, it's
sure
a lot worse than it should be.
Man. Were you married at the time that you were gonna hopefully be getting in, or that you were planning on getting into that unit?
Yeah, we got married. I think it was just my first year being a cop, and we dated for like 4 years before that. So
yeah.
She knew what she's getting into.
It is what it is.
Yeah. But it was always funny, like when I was in gangs, like getting the calls from the CIs and stuff, and you have to take their calls and stuff. Or we'd be in like church or something, and I'm talking about buying drugs and all this stuff in the corner. Buying guns, like,
Oh man. Sorry, what was that?
Not me, my friend here on the phone, he's buying them.
He's buying them for me.
He's buying for me.
I would never directly.
Yeah. I'm not crazy.
Are you a big gun guy? I feel like we
Not,
talked about this
I mean,
before.
not really. I mean, I always carry, and for me, like, because I trained, like, I used to, I was an MMA fighter before I was a cop, and a lot of it, like, if you don't have the muscle memory for it, like, it's not worth even having. So for
Really?
me, we trained with, we carried Glocks for our pistols, and so that's all I have. I have 3 Glocks, just
Oh
because
yeah,
it's
we
there's
did
so
we did
much.
talk about that last time. 'Cause I think I asked you if you were Glock or Smith and Wesson. I think it was.
Oh, did
Yeah.
So, but yeah, not. I'm like my brother. It's funny. My brother's a fireman, and it's funny how like most cops aren't like crazy into guns, unless they're. I don't want to say anything, but
Yeah, I guess the
the guys who like to act like they're tough are usually the ones that aren't so much. It's kind of the same with military guys and all this stuff.
Gotcha.
But no, I'm not a huge gun guy.
Yeah, I have a couple, but I always wanted to get into it, but I'm not too bright with a lot of that.
Yeah.
I have a friend who's he's ex Air Force, and so he's a big gun guy, has like a gunsmith license and stuff, and
Oh, that's cool.
so I try to learn what I can from him, but he gets a kick out of me when I try to ask questions or like try to sound even remotely intelligent when it comes to that stuff.
Right.
Yeah. Always a good time listening to me run my mouth on stupid things.
Yep. That's funny. My brother's he's like certified with the ATF to be a dealer.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And I remember, did you ever watch Live PD?
What was that?
Live PD?
No, I don't think I ever watched that.
It was big after like Black Lives Matter and stuff. They just canceled the show, but
Of course.
so my boss was one of the commentators on that show.
Oh, dang.
But anyways, I would watch. I didn't watch it that often just because I didn't really care because I see plenty of it at work. But I was watching with my brother one time, and my boss was on there doing stuff, and like he got the name of a gun wrong or something. It was just funny. My brother's like making fun of him, and it was good stuff.
Well, I like to make this guy nervous. Well, I don't like to do it, but I do it a lot because I'll send him links to stuff that I find. I'm like, hey, can I get one of these? And he's always like, you'll go to prison. Don't even ask for that. Or
Yeah.
I don't know. I saw this YouTube video with it.
Yeah. Bump stocks and stuff.
He did build me I sent him it as a joke one day. I was like, hey, I want to get this. And it was like a pistol, but it had like a axe bayonet on it. And I was like, dude, I want this. I said it jokingly, and then my birthday that year, he's like, hey, I got you something. He made me an axe bayonet for my pistol.
Dude, that's awesome.
I think it was awesome.
Yeah.
And then I got like a temporary ban on Facebook because I had posted a picture of it, and I think my mother-in-law asked me, what do you do with that? And I wrote like stab bad people or something. And like Facebook kicked me off for like like a few days. Oh,
no jokes allowed.
it's like, come on. I said bad people. Wasn't a
Yeah, not good people. Jeez.
I never stab a good person.
No. That's funny.
So when do you think you're going to be done with that commission?
I hope not tonight, probably tomorrow. Hopefully. I don't know. We'll see.
Have you gotten to go on many streams yet since you started doing the card thing or bringing it up?
No, I haven't. This is the first one I've done.
Really?
Probably since the last time I was on with you. Yeah.
I keep expecting you to make the rounds.
Yeah, I think I'm going to. I just probably once I get a little more under my belt on the cards.
You can always or the cards on it. Even streams on your belt. Like, yeah, you can always practice here because nobody watches.
Yeah, great practice.
Oh, you got J Dollar in there still. I don't know if he's still there or not. Hey, buddy.
What's up, J Dollar? This is seriously like one of the best streams, though.
Oh, we have fun.
Yeah, it is fun.
No one watches, but we have a good time.
It's their loss.
The Geeky Dad streams. So,
yeah.
It's like, And it's funny trying to promote a Christian dad stream to CG never seems to go over very well.
Not a lot of interest.
You guys want to watch some out of touch Christian dads talk about comics? Maybe.
It's still funny. I feel like people should be watching.
Why aren't you watching us? No, we made the dumb mistake of doing Tuesday nights. I guess that's like prime time CG stream night is Tuesdays.
No.
We used to be kings of Tuesday. All three people that would hop on and
yeah,
they all jump ship.
Right. Wait till the bigger ones are on.
Even CGWF doesn't draw them in anymore. So
that's a bummer, man. I love that.
Yeah.
I don't think I caught the last one. I think I was on vacation. But...
Premiere, I was planning on a Saturday, and I made a bad post where I said, like, hey, I was trying to promote the event. I was like, hey, tune in on Breaking Rad for the big event at 9:00, and I forgot to say Saturday. And so people started typing in like, oh, I can't wait to tune in tonight. I was like, oh, shoot, they think it's tonight. So I was like, so I had to like quickly shuffle it together. Like, all right, here it is, premiering tonight.
Oh, yeah.
On a Wednesday.
That's funny. Oh, well.
Yeah, well, it is what it is. It's too much work to do those anyway now.
Yeah, I imagine that's a lot of work.
Yeah, it's I call it work, and everyone's like, well, you just play video games. Like, yeah, I guess I do. I just play a video game. A lot of hard work to do for this. A lot of video game playing.
I'm exhausting.
Yeah, I'm about ready to wrap it up now anyway.
Cool.
Yeah, dude, thank you for hopping on. I'm going to do the abrupt ending to the stream, and then I'll chat with you in a second here.
Cool.
I guess it's not abrupt if I just...